fun with that.
You made fun of my music choices, just saying.
This comes stock. I can't be held responsible for this.
Well, I found stock pieces for my shows. They're kind of cool.
In an age where being a timid, whiny, weak little fruitcake is the norm, we're not just a little different, we're a lot different. You're listening to the Voice of the People USA Radio Network. We're live 24/7 on www.vopusaradio.com. New live shows can be found every day and night of the week. We are the new mainstream media. This is where censorship comes to die, and all voices and opinions are welcome here. Thursday nights, it's Voice of the People USA Radio. The VOP Roundtable, live every Tuesday night. Rise Above the Noise, a conversation with Carrie and Dan, airing live every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. The VOP Roast, airing live every Friday night. Tales from the Woodshed and The Calm Before the Storm. And also on Sunday nights, We Drink and We Know Things with Carrie and Kevin. Engage and rage. The Voice of the People USA Radio Network, where free speech thrives and political correctness dies.
Hi. So,
Hi.
Welcome to your show. It's Wednesday. It's 7:03.
Our show.
Welcome to your show. What's up, Chris, of the chat room? Everybody listening all over the world. This is Dan, and I am with Carrie. Or let me be that. Oh, yeah, hold on. Let's do that properly. It's Carrie, and I am Dan. There we go. Wow. It's also alphabetically correct. Thank you. So, everybody listening all over the world of VOPUSARadio.com, VOPUSARadio.com, thank you for tuning in. And I know that intro is already dated. To think, though, just a couple months ago, that was a new intro. It was exciting. It was bought, paid for, good times, and now, no. It is seriously outdated, and I know I have to do better, and we'll get there. So, deal with it. But everybody else
is that you put too much trust in everybody, and you make all the shows and like you list them, and then like people like flake out. So you just gotta stay with the tried and true.
Yes, from now on, we will advertise 0 shows on any of our pre-records. And I don't know what the hell to do with that. We'll figure that out. We need something we can edit on our own, you know? That would be ideal. Yeah. And do you like how I have the double logo thing on the screen there? I don't know why I did that, but hey, it's all good. Right?
Well, can I even see that on my phone? I was afraid to pick up my phone. You'd be right now. You should just be able to see my ceiling. I believe. I don't know. I don't know how to look at anything on this friggin' app.
You're okay. Well, speaking of the app, yes, a big shout out to our friends at Craps. Thank you in advance for another wonderful show with tons of technical difficulties and limited distribution. We appreciate you. Oh God, but we're still on it. We're still here, though. We're still here. Do you like the background music that I'm playing?
Yeah.
No, I was gonna go for like a more death metal sounding thing for you. I figured you would really appreciate that. Maybe get your roars in. Absolutely. You're like, ooh, you know. I figured that'd be good. But anyway.
No, now I sound like Tim the Toolman Taylor. Never mind.
Oh, Lord. I got to ask you the question of questions because you haven't been on. Have you seen my special video that I love to play to annoy people with?
No.
Oh, it's only about 60 seconds. But, Carrie, you need to bear witness.
I can't see any videos on this. I can't see. How do I look at a video on this stupid thing?
Oh, you should be able to see it. Well, you could just. I
can't see crap.
You'll just be able.
Can I see it in a VOP?
Yes, you'll be able to see it on our website, VOPUSARadio.com, VOPUSARadio.com. You let me know when you're ready, because you need to be subjected to this as well. I love torturing people with this. It's fun for me, so you need to bear witness as well. And while Carrie is, getting all that situated, because she really loves Haps. She really loves Haps. She is such a fan. Not as much as I am though.
I'm losing my mind right now, so please play the video soon because I can hear us in duplicate.
Uh-oh, the video is coming now. Don't
All
worry.
right.
So to everybody, for those who listen to all the other shows, you already
I have a
know.
9 step from getting my first COVID-19 vaccine.
Vaccinate, vaccinate, make an appointment. Vaccinate, vaccinate, make an appointment. Vaccinate, vaccinate, get rid of COVID. Vaccinate, vaccinate, get rid of COVID. Shut the arm, shut the arm, shut it on. Gotta make time to go. Gotta make time to go. Switch on, make it through the clinic. Now it's time to vaccinate and take back our world. Line up for life, 6 feet apart, and don't you worry. Don't stay home, please wear a mask, we've got to hurry. Vaccinate, vaccinate, make an appointment. Vaccinate, vaccinate, make an appointment. Vaccinate.
I have a pep in 9 step from getting
All
my
right,
first
go away.
COVID-19 vaccine.
Anyway, I love how annoyed people get, like you, Ace, and it's fun for me. Plus, I have to play something that's we lost her. We lost Carrie. She was so blown away by that video, she just dropped right off. She couldn't contain herself. Yeah, the technical difficulties of this wonderful app. Yes. Oh, I hope it's irritating. I want it to be irritating because I love to make fun of it and it makes me happy. And it's something that's guaranteed to piss off the censors, especially those here on Craps. So it's my pleasure to always play something that's directly in violation of their imaginary. There's imaginal.
They censor you for this?
Oh, yeah. They've gotten rid of people for doing anything that even questions the validity of the vaccination, which I thought was funny. So I pushed it. You should see, Carrie. I mean, you know our discussion. Like, I'm against your whatever. We don't care. Just do you. But nevertheless,
Right.
I like to push
Your
it.
body, your choice.
My body, my choice. That's right. Call me a 2004 leftist. But I've been pushing it. I played it was a 6.5 minute video on last Thursday. And it was all about the Nuremberg Code and the violations of whatever. I mean, it was guaranteed to get us instantly banned, and it didn't happen yet. So I'm kind of shocked by that. But, I'll find something better, though. It's not much better either. But that's okay. That's okay. So, hi, Carrie. How are you?
Hi, Dan.
Hi,
I'm just
Carrie.
peachy keen.
Yes. We came back to have our random conversation, and you get to eavesdrop. And yes, so it's been a couple weeks.
It has.
And it wasn't me this time. Remember?
No,
I know.
I was on vacation, so I happened to be leaving on Thursday morning super early, so we didn't do the show that Wednesday night, and then it was like the 7th, I think. And then last week, I didn't get home on Wednesday until after 9 because we left Cape Cod, Nantucket to Cape Cod and all that, and then had to go pick up the dogs in Exeter, and so it was a long, long, long day. So you would not have wanted to hear from me anyhow.
It's okay. As long as you had a good vacation, that's what counts. And
It did.
things have been pretty stable here. if that's one way to put it. I have no idea.
Well, when you say stable and then laugh like that, it seems to indicate the opposite. Just
that I'm usually full of it. Well, it's been as stable as one could possibly expect. How about that? Wait, no, I'll do you one better. It's been stable in the world of our radio station. There you go. Shows have been going.
That's shocking.
I know. Shows have been going off. We're international. We got our Filipino show. We got our. That's kind of a weird way of saying it. We got the show from the Philippines. We got the rest of the shows from America. We got our Metalhead show. We got our Elias interview sessions. We got everything going on. So it's been consistent and it's been good. We're launching new shows this weekend, actually. Pretty
cool.
exciting. Yes, a whole different take. So I mean, we got some cool stuff coming, and of course, Tomorrow night, we're going to go into it a little bit more in depth on the Thursday show, but we're getting pretty close to our next big upgrade. So before September hits, you're going to hear more tomorrow. But before September hits, why? Thank you, Elias. You're going to get some awesome. Well, wow, I really screwed that up. Before September hits, you're going to get some awesome what? You're going to hear some great news tomorrow, and you're going to get a whole new revamped viewing experience before September. God, see what happens? This is why I shouldn't talk. This is why when I tell people, they don't believe me. Like, I do the least amount of shows on my own station. I have to, because sometimes I'm gone. When you do
understandable. You got a lot going on.
True. But when you do so much talking during the day and then the work stuff, and then you get on the one platform that you actually enjoy the hell out of, and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna mumble. I was creating words left and right last Thursday. It was amazing. It was absolutely
awesome.
Amazing. Oh, it was brilliant. And I mean, not really, but it was quite entertaining, if nothing else. I wasn't going to do the show last Thursday, but then NC said he could join. And I'm like, well, I had to do it. So we had NC on. We had we had 7 or 8 hosts on altogether. And Ace was back. I mean, we had everything going on. It ended up being a really long, good show. Done live from a hotel, of course. But it was good. It was good. I can't complain. So, well, what I was getting at is, tomorrow night you're going to hear some cool stuff. And I mean, NC is joining. We got the whole crew joining tomorrow. Carrie, of course, you're invited. I know you won't do it. It's not like you'd be safe to do it, but I'm just saying, it's going to be fun. So there.
Well, maybe if you're nice to me.
I'm not going to be nice to you, but I'm just going to say.
You lying sack of shit. You're always nice to me, even though you don't want to let anyone know.
I know. Well, we must discuss in public about the cruelty from former teachers and how they abuse you on messaging apps. It's okay. I mean, well, hang on to our chat room. I mean, Chris, you could join too. I mean, it's going to be a kind of a celebration tomorrow, not the entire show, but we're going to at least spend, I'll put it to you like this. We're going to at least spend an hour talking the new things that are forthcoming and kind of being complete pricks and being egotistical and celebrating and boasting about it. Whoa, is that like
This is at 6? What? My dog is ridiculous.
I was going to say, sorry. I think either you're possessed.
Bothering me. Yeah. Yes, my stomach just rumbled. I did not eat. Yeah, no, my dogs are being idiots, as usual. They're jumping on top of me. Sorry. I'm trying to shoo them away.
No, you're good.
I apologize.
You really thought your mic wasn't good, but instead all I heard was, whoa.
Well, I'm glad that my mic is good enough that it picks up crazy things. That's awesome.
We need white light. We need to clear the air here.
Yes, the demon has spoken. Sorry.
Yes, go away.
And her name is Aria, and she's got a stupid cheesy chew thing, and she's playing. Again, we are such professionals here. I apologize. I don't have a recording studio. Sorry. I'm not even going to say anything. I was going to say, this is the show that we do to warm up for all the other shows that we do. So we could screw up here and then sound better elsewhere. That's not nice to say, And anyway, Carrie, I want to tell you something kind of entertaining. Okay.
Do you know, and I'm being sarcastic when I say this, of course, but do you know that on a certain platform that shall not be named, that there's now somebody under you've seen the messages, that uses our name, the VOP CCP, and still goes on there. And yes, isn't that exciting?
What the hell? Isn't there something? I mean, I guess if we complained about it, it would look like we cared, but couldn't you be able to I
own the rights,
sort of, yeah. So you should go after those assholes.
Yes. But I just want to say, I figured it out. So there was some confusion trying to figure out where that derived from, and I figured it all out. It's not actually a former person that was a part of the network from the CCP. No. It's just somebody that thinks they're trolling us from the last time they actually listened when a Conspiracy Couch podcast was on the VOP network. That's kind of how I view it. So it's one of your pathetic lowly troll sacks of shit. And they're just doing that to try to be, pop their 3 invisible friends that they have on that platform. But
Yeah.
I just want to say, it's pretty cool that we've been off of there for how long now? Like 8 months? I don't know. How long has it been? October is a year for the network.
Time.
So yeah, it's getting up there, right? But I just want to say, like, honestly, from the bottom of my heart, it's a pleasure to live rent-free in your heads, and you should really check out new programming because you're a little bit behind the times, but it's cool that you still make fun of us and talk about us. And I said it yesterday. Sorry, NC, I'm throwing it out there to our troll friends. And this came off the top of my head, but damn it, I'm using it. All right. Anybody else is totally free to steal it and utilize it. But when it comes to trolls, we're the doers. You're the viewers. So you sit back and you make fun of and criticize those who actually do things that you are too weak-willed and pathetic to do yourselves. So it's pretty cool. And I'm honored that we're still that loathed on other platforms that are, encircled by children doing childish things. It makes me happy. That's all. I'm not even mad. I'm just kind of like, good. That's cool. I'm happy we could really leave that lasting impression and you hate us that much. Good. Anyway, so
it never ceases to amaze that when people get so like caught up in like hatred, that they burn themselves out and they don't even realize it. And so someone to go to that extreme to like copy, like, because I saw, like, I think I remember seeing like a little picture of it in one of the chat rooms. It was like it actually showed like the VOP like logo or something, I think.
Yes.
And I'm just like, really? Like, if you have that little to do in your own life or in your spare time, or maybe you have no life and it's all spare time, like, you need help, man. I just, it's sad.
I know.
Whatever floats your boat.
I mean, the obsession is great, but hey, to all the haters, as always, thank you for your closeted support. It's great. And, again, you sit back and you know what? This is great news. That's even for the haters too, because you're going to have a whole new way to view us and make fun of us. So you should be excited. All I should do is put a paywall, put it behind a paywall. They'll never come because they're all cheap, sad basement dwellers, but, that's okay. That's okay. Anyway, so let's get into it. What's the first thing that you'd like to bring up? It's been a while, so I'd like you to vent. So please, what would you like to bring up first into the multiverse?
Well, I don't know. I'm sick and tired of all of the COVID crap, and I said this to Kevin the other day. I was like, I don't understand this. It's like, what makes this, and now my dog is squeaking a toy. I'm sorry. What makes this Jesus Christ, what makes this summer and this like whole approaching, fall and like, all this so different from the last one? Because we the cases are rising again, all this stuff, but it's like I'm like, I keep hearing like, the news, still bringing it up, but they're bringing other things too. But it's just like, and Kevin's like, well, the vaccine's different, I guess. I'm like, yeah, but like, there's still like a whole bunch of people who haven't gotten the vaccine. So
rock on.
I mean, I just, I'm just like, I don't understand. Like, it's like, everything's open. Like, everything's being flung open so that everybody can like do as they damn well please, pretty much. But, and then you see like these like small, like, like little like rural, like, out in the sticks towns, like usually down south or whatever in the Midwest, that, that their populations, like the younger people are actually getting sick now. And so I'm like, wait, stop, because are we starting to pull this? And I've been watching, so I'm a member of I'm sorry, I'm rambling a little bit, but I'm a member of a group on Fascist Book that because I'm not on it very often anymore. I'm just so over it. But it's a DOE. It's a New York City teachers group. And so, I just sometimes I scroll through some of the things they post, because sometimes I find things out that I didn't know that I need, whatever. And they started talking about like how, like, that younger kids are starting to get sick. And I'm like, so I know that 400, I heard it today, the number was 400 children have died from COVID. And I'm
sure,
like,
right.
Right. I mean, okay, well, that's bad, I mean, but like and now I'm going to sound like a horrible person. So, just going to put that out there. Like, I don't mean to sound like an evil, heartless bitch, even though I am. But like, I'm like 400 kids have died in over a year. Do you know how many are dying? Like probably 400 dying every day in like certain countries in like Africa or whatever. Like, I mean, so I'm confused because it's like, even so, I know you don't believe in, them actually dying of COVID, but like, let's just stop for a minute and say, okay, so they have, maybe, they actually died of COVID. That's 400 kids out of how many billion people in this country? I'm like, so now I'm starting to see like, I'm like, are they going to start pulling shit with schools reopening again? And I know, sure as I'm thinking that, today I see an article. I get this newsletter called Chalkbeat, and it's like a teacher newsletter. And it depends on what city you're in, and you can sign up for different ones. And I just saw that apparently Chicago parents are starting to like band together because they're worried that now that the Delta variant and all this new information, they're going to try to close the schools in Chicago again. And so they're trying to, rebel against it. And I'll tell you something. And before anyone sits there and says anything and slams anybody, any teachers or anything like that, most of the teachers that I know are dead set against doing it fully remote again. Like they want to be back in the classroom, me included, because even though I was remote this whole time, it's way more work than it is to actually come in person. And so now they're talking about maybe they're going to make the masks. I feel like we're all over. Like, is it like it's like Groundhog Day, the movie, and I've never even seen it, but I know the premise. I feel like we just keep reliving the same loop, and I'm just like, I don't understand. And I know you're going to be like, oh, it's part of the design, it's part of the plan. But what? Like, what the fuck is the actual? I feel like they're like whoever's like plotting this stuff. If you're going to go down the conspiracy theory route, like doesn't really know what they're fucking doing, and they just keep changing shit up. Like they just bring it back and back, and I'm like, I'm frustrated. I'm very frustrated. I was a good citizen at the beginning of all this, and I did what I was supposed to do because that's what we're supposed to do. And then like it didn't take very long for me to start getting like annoyed, and now I'm just like, for fuck's sake, are you serious? And then they're saying like, I saw an article today in the Times. It was like, countries are beginning to learn to live with this. Like this is not going to go away. This is like other things that you learn to live with or whatever. And I'm just like, yeah. You can't shut down an entire economy in like in any like anywhere in a country or whatever. Like it's like Australia and New Zealand, like they're crazy. Like they were shutting things down, like they were still locked way down. I think New Zealand is. And I'm just like, how long are you gonna like keep your border shut? And then you still got cases, and then you go crazy. And like, I don't know. Like it's just too much. Like even people who actually were concerned at the beginning and even throughout most of it and who supported everything are getting tired of this. It's like, I feel like the entire fucking like world is about to rebel, except for the countries that are like third world countries are having real hard times. And like, they can't even like, though that's real. Like, and that could be a flu too. Like that's like, they have some serious issues with their hospitals. But I'm talking about like countries like the US and Canada and, France and England. And like, I think everyone is just so fucking fed up. It's like, all right, you know what? Like, we just have to learn to figure this shit out and like move on because this is enough. And I'm just frustrated because it's like, I'm sick of not knowing from day to day what exactly I'm going to be dealing with come September. That's my biggest issue. Sorry, that was a very long way to get there because I didn't really know what I was going to talk about. And I'm just like, I'm frustrated by this. Today has just been a real like, I've basically done very little today except for just kind of scroll through news and stuff like that. And I'm just fucking annoyed.
No, you're good. I mean, well, first off, the parents of or teachers or whomever in Chicago, they should be more concerned about getting bulletproof masks and face shields because you're more likely to die by bullets over the weekend than you are of the amazing COVID-19.
New York too, just so you know.
Oh, well, New York's a shithole. Yes. Newsflash. If you're driving across the George Washington Bridge and somebody comes at you with dirt bikes, run them over. You're going to go to jail, but you know what? It'd be better to go to jail than get shot in the head. I'm just saying. Yeah. And then not even die. They can't even get high caliber weapons. Very disappointing. Bad criminals. But yes.
Well, they're also running little kids over in Queens with dirt bikes. They finally caught that one as a gang member. Because somebody turned him in because you don't run kids over. That they have a code of honor there.
Well, it's good. It's good to see that gangs and, shitbag organizations or whatever like that have more standards and more concern for citizens than local governments or federal governments or anything else, because we know the mayor of New York City doesn't care. We know the governor of New York
No.
doesn't care. And we know our federal government doesn't care. Again, nobody talks about the children that have legitimately died from tuberculosis in the last year. We don't talk about them because more have actually died. And even if their lying BS numbers were correct, we still wouldn't even crack the top 50 of the worst pandemics in history. And then about the other point you said about, other countries saying we're going to have to live with it, like the thousands of other coronaviruses that happen naturally and have happened. Not that this one is natural. Please don't get me wrong. But nevertheless, it's funny. And the reasoning behind it is quite simple. And again, you were right when you touched on it about, me saying it's all by design, the plan. It is. Mm-hmm. But what have we been talking about for over a year now? They're doing it so piss poorly that they don't even know what they're doing. Okay. But don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, the federal government, in with all the stuff going on in the world, all the stuff that's threatening our country and everything that's going wrong, your Democrat majority and some of your rhino trash are more concerned with passing an amendment in a bill to prevent Donald J. Trump from becoming Speaker of the House in your Congress than doing anything to fix the inflation, the food prices, and distribution, supply chain. That doesn't matter. No. The very mere threat of him running as Congress and becoming Speaker is what they're more upset about. Just like your fake racist scumbag piece of shit puppet in chief, the senile old whiny prick disaster scum, when he gets hobbled out there and to stand there and takes him 35 minutes to realize where he is after he just got shot up. What is he there to talk about? Something that they're not even concerned about. The federal government will tell you they have no concern over this because it's illegitimate and it doesn't matter. But the failed Supreme Court nominee, Merrick Garland, scumbag, Attorney General, the president, and the vice slut in chief, they are concerned about going places to denounce any and all recounts and voter integrity recounts going on anywhere in the country. So they're more concerned about everything that has nothing to do with the current, because they're scared of something. But that's okay. That is what it is. I'm not one of these people that sits there and thinks, well, Donald Trump's going to be reinstalled or reinstituted as president. And no, but they're scared of these recounts and they're scared of what's being exposed. And now we're up to 22 states they're going to go to recounts and going through the investigations, forensic investigation. Wonderful. You should have done it a long time ago. Hell, you should have done it 10 election cycles ago. And again, I changed a lot since 2000, but you should have thought something was up in 2000 with the Gore Bush thing. All right. It goes either which way.
Hanging chads and pregnant chads.
Yeah. And believe me, I'm no Al Gore fan, but come on. So let's be honest. So this is what the federal government is more concerned about. And of course, wait, do I have serious music? I don't think I have anything serious on here. No, stock. I'll get better ones. But we have the almighty January 6th commission coming. Yes. That's right. We are going to get more of those grandmothers with their flags, those evil heathen terrorists. They will pay. What's that? We had to surrender 2 naval ships to Iran, and we gave them up. And China is attacking strategic things in the South Pacific and actually bombing around our ships, and we have to retreat. No. The biggest threat poses to America. The biggest threat to our federal government are the people of January 6th. Yes, they're coming. They're coming. You know what? Something else that you said about these other countries that, rebelling and getting, you were half right. Even in the alleged third world countries, they're still actually protesting and wanting freedom, like Cuba and all those other places. They're actually standing up and doing something. It's the pussies of the world, America, that is not. We have become the laughingstock of the world, and rightfully so. We deserve it because we look like absolute pathetically weak trash. Okay? So in France, you have people damn near rebelling, and the yellow vests have been going strong for over 2 years now, but now they're getting even worse because Macron wants 100% vaccination rates of women and children and adults before a certain date, before ever ending the lockdowns. And basically former military people in France and the activists on the street and now law enforcement are saying, we're not going to take this, or they're threatening to burn down the presidential house, palace, whatever it is. I say, you know what? Wait a minute. Is it the same if I'm advocating something in another country? I don't know. I'm hated anyway. I say, do your thing. To the people in Great Britain doing their stuff, do it. Germany, keep doing it. Cuba, do it. I'll take any Cuban any day over half the scumbag brainwashed idiots on either side that we have in this country. I will make a trade with the people of Iran, Hong Kong, Taiwan, and Cuba. We will take you and you can have them. Because they hate America so much. They'll never leave. They'll never leave. They hate America so much, though, but they're too chicken shit to leave. But I will happily send you them. Because, you know, the spirit of resistance is alive and well, but people are so complacently stupid. And when I keep seeing these stories coming up about vaccine hesitancy is the biggest threat. So now, again, you know, lest we forget, you know, it was said by Biden, it was said by Jen Psaki that the administration is working with social media and telecom to get them to ban people's text messages for spreading false and inaccurate information. That's a thing.
I didn't hear about the text messages. I did hear about the posts and
text
stuff,
messages and messages in your
how
phone.
How can they ban text messages? That's pretty much impossible.
No, it's not. Snowden proved that in 2013. That had been going on since around 2002 with the Patriot Act. Snowden, one of the big things he revealed before he disappeared was the fact that they could listen to anything, see anything. And that was then. He waited years after to reveal that. So rock on, Snowden. I used to hate you, bro. But now, God bless you. I think you're an absolute patriot. You and Julian Assange, patriots. But nevertheless, and Jen Psaki, now I don't have the video. I wish somebody did, but no, she legitimately said that the DNC and the White House are looking to work with telecoms to cease the spread of disinformation and false information. So, I mean, you probably shouldn't have said that out loud. But hey, I guess kudos for being honest, what you want to do. And usually if you say it, you've already been doing it. But the federal government's been doing it for, like I said, a hell of a long time. So it's nothing new. But, you know, now it's gotten some people kind of agitated and upset. I'm just sitting here saying, why are you upset now? This has been going on forever. Forever.
Well, that's like the people who are worried about a chip being implanted with your vaccine so you can be tracked. Your phone is tracking you. You don't need a chip in the vaccine. Yeah, come on.
And you know, I saw this story pop up, and I'm not going to lie. I didn't follow up on it. I didn't know anything about it. But when I saw the media going hardcore attacking the Freedom Phone, like, well, what the hell is a Freedom Phone? And then I saw the story about a Bitcoin billionaire. He created a phone that uses, I guess it's a different app marketplace. It doesn't censor you, it doesn't track you. It's 100%. You're safe, right? It's like Signal of phones. Now, whether this is great or not, it could be a setup to get people to buy into it, and they're going to track you that way. I don't know. But you see, here's the difference. I don't know because I don't know much about it. I haven't used one. I've seen no videos testing one out. I've seen nothing. But when I see the media going hardcore, attacking something like this, and then get this, relating the Freedom Phone to January 6th and anti-vaxxers. That was a quote in The Atlantic. What the hell does one have to do with the other or the other? I don't understand that. Yeah. But when they're attacking something that much, it's one or two things. Either it's legitimate or they're trying to gaslight you and get you so upset that I'm going to go against the media and buy one. And it's all a big, a big ruse.
Marketing ploy. Yeah.
So I don't know. But you see, again, in theory, it sounds great, right? I mean, if that's true and it's legit, rock on. Everybody should get one. But again, I don't know. I know I haven't tried it.
They're probably pushing it. They're probably pushing it and they're making it sound like it's a terrible thing because then they want the people that they're trying to target to get it. And then they're going to be able to target them much more easily.
That's one of the things I thought of. Honestly, it's one of the things I immediately thought of was maybe this is all just an elaborate hoax and setup, if you will. So, because I trust nothing. I can't trust anything. I can't. But, when I see everything going down and what's happening, and then I mean, the whole thing is funny. I know you're upset about it and you should be. And a lot of people are upset and they should be. But again, I said it on Thursday. I'm going to say it again. At this point, I laugh. I laugh because it's never going to end. It's never going to end.
That's what it feels like. It's what it feels like.
The economy is tanking. Okay. The economy is going to hell.
Just
Our
go
oil,
to the goddamn grocery store to see that. Jesus
of course.
Christ.
But don't worry, man. We're doing great. Get that next stimulus check, and we're going to pay you to stay at home again. So we got to.
Yeah.
It's one is providing cover for the other. You see, the problem they're having
Well,
is
I don't get any stimulus checks, and I just spent $250 fucking at the grocery store for 2 people. Like, and I didn't buy anything. Like, I didn't buy seafood, I didn't buy steak. No, I lied. I bought 2 pieces of cod. That's the only meat I bought. Everything else was produce. Like, holy shit, the prices. It's insane.
You're starting to sound like one of those anti-vaxxer January 6th supporters, you heathen supremacist to you. That's patriotic. Don't you know? The more you pay is more patriotic. Joe Biden said it. Taxes are patriotic. So you should not be complaining about the absolutely insanely high cost of food prices. You should be cheering it on, saying, this is what it is to be free in America. Yes.
Ugh.
Yes. I want my audio. I need that audio of that song, that James Brown song, that Living in America. I need that cut. I need just that hook from the chorus. I will speak over the rest, so we don't have to deal with copyright issues. Yes, because at this point, I have an entire celebration to do about our gas prices, about our energy costs. I could do this all day. I want to celebrate the rebirth of America. America's back, man. Yeah, we're back. All right. We are the laughing stock of the world, okay? I mean, and by the way, I don't care about the Olympics. I don't give 2 shits about the Olympics.
Yeah, I don't either.
Care about any of the crap, but I just want to say kudos to Sweden for beating the bitches who hate America, Team USA and women's soccer, whatever. I want to say to this Rapinoe, whatever her name is, I don't know anything about her. I don't care. She's an ugly little man beast looking creature. I have no desire for her, but apparently she hates me because I guess I could be considered on the right. So she hates me by proxy. So therefore, from one public figure to another, I hate you, disgusting bitch. But you're so against capitalism, but yet you're in those Subway commercials, huh? Taking that paycheck. I love that. You hate capitalism. You hate everything America stands for, but you love those commercials, don't you? You love those royalties. You love that money. It's great. Be good. If you believe in what you say, then give up your entire salary. Give it to the random strangers. Or
walk the talk.
That's right. Volunteer to pay 100% taxes. That's what you should do. But anyway, they lost to Team Sweden or something 4-0. I saw that pop up. I couldn't care less about any sports at all, ever. But I saw that. I'm like, hey, good. Rock on.
So the game's actually started because I didn't even know that.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe there's like 10 people that are actually following this crap. I have no idea. I know in all the little trial things. Didn't we make fun of it a couple weeks ago? I don't know. In the trial.
Sure we did.
About how the one girl turned her back during the anthem, but the trans put hand over heart.
Yep.
The conundrum. Yep. Oh no, what do we do? Whatever. I don't care. I just don't care. When I see these people like, oh, the breaking news, this many people, they took a knee during the anthem. I don't care. Like, I know what.
I don't care either.
Right? Just shut up.
The bottom line is that that's part of what, supposedly makes this country great, right? That we're free to, to do as we please in that. So if you want to take a knee during the national anthem, or if you want to turn your back on it, I don't give a flying fuck. That's whatever. If it floats your boat, great. You're going to piss people off and you're going to make other people happy. I don't really give a shit, honestly. I don't know why everyone gets so riled up when things like that happen, because that's not like we were talking earlier about the guy, girl, people, whoever, who stole the VOP tag there on the other platform, and are investing so much time and energy and anger into just wanting to get back at something. That's the same thing. I don't know, it's no skin off my nose if you want to turn around, if you want to, you want to turn your back on the American flag, you want to fly the Confederate flag, you want to run through. I don't give a shit. It doesn't affect me. I don't care. Whatever. It's if you let people know that it bothers you, then they win. So just stop. Just turn around and be like, whatever. Keep going. That's the best thing I can say.
Right. I just find it, and again, I am the naysayer, right? I can't help it. I gotta piss off the ones on the right, and I gotta, I guess, piss off the ones on the left. I don't know. But again, for those who continue to have those back and forth arguments, you sit there, you fight each other, you yell at each other, you call each other names. Meanwhile, they're destroying everything that you know, and you're too focused on sports and bullshit like that.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Well, that's the fucking Democrats today. Like that they were trying to do the infrastructure bill and it didn't pass. I'm like,
good.
I thought that since the Democrats like had the majority now, like weren't they gonna be able to do everything and they can't do shit? I'm like, all right, so great job, guys. Great job. Like what the fuck? Like it's comical.
I think that's great. I mean, good. It's funny. Well, what did I tell you? If it was just one thing or another, then if it was what it's supposed to be at its face value, right? Again, remember that time you brought up something about a hate crime thing and you said what's wrong with that bill? And what did I tell you? If the bill was one or two paragraphs about this should be illegal and not tolerated, and that was it, great. But the fact that it'll have that mention and there's 2,000 other pages of everything else they sneak in there, that's what it comes down to. Yes.
Yeah, it's outrageous. It's out, and the fact that we as American people accept that's another problem. Like how did this get so out of hand? I'm sure this is not how it started. I'm sure it wasn't like this back in the late 1700s, the early 1800s. When the fuck did this shit start? And why are we allowing it? Because we just don't give a fuck. Like we vote for people to go to the government, to Washington, and we figure out they'll handle it, and we just tune out. And that's part of the problem.
Yep. And again, it's just like all the crap, like people, you're being gaslit. Like, you are being gaslit at a whole nother level. I the agenda that's at play now and what they're doing, I mean, what it really comes down to is, let's be honest, they're using black people as their cloak and dagger, if you will. This is their shield, their black shield. So, that look at all that we're doing for these people when we're doing nothing for black people. We're doing nothing for Asian people, doing nothing for Hispanic people. We can't do anything for white people. They're the devil. I mean, it's none of it is legit. And again, to constantly have to explain that to people, I get it. Some people are so caught up in it and it's all they've ever known. So you this is the double-edged sword. We always say, whether on this show or the Thursday show or any other shows, it's whatever, that I wish we didn't have to talk about this, and I don't want to, but it's almost like you have to, because you have to be redundant. I guess let's face it, in the grand scale of pop propaganda, we're very low and they're very good at what they do. They have the media, they have the movies, they have music, they have everything. So we're just a microcosm. You know what I mean? So it's sad. It's sad. And I'm happy more people see it. I'm happy more people are awakening to it. But again, just keep the eyes open. See. But unfortunately, by the time you really have a full awakening, it's going to be too late. It's already too late. I mean, it's we're bad. We're in a bad place. Okay. Yeah. Whoa.
Sorry, it's construction. The truck just went up the road.
No, you're good.
You know my house. I'm actually in like the lake room, which is the farthest from the road, but it's also the worst room because it's not a real room. It's all plexiglass windows. So yeah, sorry about that. Again,
no.
We're top-notch quality group here.
Yes, we are. We're banned like the legit OGs there in the real world, but we just don't have the same equipment or facilities like they do. All right, and we don't make the money they do. I'm just saying, but it's okay. We keep our
basement, then it'll be quieter.
Right? When I heard that noise, I thought maybe the feds were coming for you. We know she's talking to him. Get her.
Yeah, right.
Get her. Get her. Get her.
We can still save her. We can bring her back to the side of the light.
That's right. God. And what was the other thing I just recently seen that I laughed at? Oh God. TV. It was something with TV. Oh, they're bringing back the Wonder Years now, all black. And
what?
Yes, the Wonder Years is coming back, all black.
So I don't care like what color and all that, but my problem with all of this is same thing with the movies. Has everyone run out of new material that we have to reinvent all of these old shows again, like and movies and stuff like that? Like I'm telling you, I read a lot of books. There's a lot of stuff out there that's new. You don't have to go and redo shit. Come on.
And we got to
They're
make
gonna
it more.
They're going to redo the Golden Girls next. That'll be funny.
They were talking about that a couple of years ago, and it never happened. And I was,
no,
it
God.
was supposed to be 4 gay guys.
Betty White's still alive. Betty White's like, no.
Well,
That'd be actually kind of. Actually, that would be funny. I think that'd be great because like so many of my gay friends love the Golden Girls. So that's perfect. I would love to see that then.
I don't know. I just want to applaud that, some little signs of hope in today's world is all their woke movies and all their social agenda movies and all their engineering, the social engineering that they do, they fail miserably and nobody's watching them. That makes me happy. That makes me happy. That means somewhere out there, there's some people with half a brain saying like, hey, I see what this is. This is entertainment and I'm not going to fund your blatant hatred for me.
No, because here's the bottom line. It's entertainment, right? So like people say like, I mean, I have a very narrow, what can I say? Not vision, a very narrow, as far as what I enjoy reading or what I enjoy watching. And so like I generally go towards fantasies, and fantasy and science fiction, more fantasy than science fiction. And I mean, because I enjoy like when I want to read a book or when I want to watch a TV show or a movie, I want to escape from reality. I don't want to be dragged down by more reality that's going on all day, every day, 24/7 in all of our fucking news sources, CNN, Fox, whatever the fuck you want to, I don't care. 24-hour news is the worst. So like, I don't understand. Like, if you're going to put out these social justice movies and these whatever, I'm like, yeah, no, I don't want to watch that. I see that every day on TV. Not that I watch TV. I don't even have TV, regular TV. But like, I don't understand. Am I the only one? Like, I like to escape from reality. So I'm not going to read reality like or watch it. Like I'm going to watch like things like The Witcher or Lucifer or, or comedies to have fun, like, no. I don't get it.
Entertainment sucks. TV sucks. Movies suck.
Yeah.
We need more Godzilla in this world and less anything else. That's all I'm saying.
Last movie I saw in a movie theater was literally Raiders of the Lost Ark when it was reshown last summer in a tiny town that I grew up in. And I'm like, that's great. I before COVID, I couldn't even tell you what the last movie was because I don't go to the movie theaters because they're fucking expensive as hell. Mm-hmm. And I just don't think it's worth it. So
I did see Godzilla versus Kong in the theater. I did. I'm waiting for them to redo that, like the Monsterverse will return in about 2 years. And it's going to be like, forget it. I'm not even going to go there. I was going to have fun with it, but we're going to see Wokezilla versus Social Justice Kong. It's
God.
we could get something going on there. I don't know. Whatever. It's just, it's so freaking nauseating, and even my point was with this Wonder Years thing and everything else, like, will you just stop? Like, just stop. Guess what? The only ones that seem to not recognize that there's black people in the world seem to be the ones that are the modern day slave masters and the media companies and the music world that are now putting them out there to be the quote unquote face of, because the rest of the world, guess what? We know. Okay. We know. So you're not teaching us anything. You're not, and I saw this commercial. I saw this commercial. Now, I got to play devil's advocate here. It's this girl talking about only 6% of businesses in America are black owned. That's a lie. That's a blatant lie. And that I think is absolutely hilarious, but whatever. Most of society will believe that. So of course, yes, you're forever oppressed, forever victims. You are forever held down by the evil white person. You are nothing but trash. You are lower than life. Everybody hates you. And we're going to remind you of it 24/7, not empower you. We're going to remind you of it. Okay. Yes. So, okay. So there's only 6% black owned businesses. And I created the Black Business Accelerator on Amazon to help more black people own businesses. Okay, great.
On Amazon?
This is a commercial, and this is, yes, Amazon partnered, and they have this Black Business Accelerator. Now, I ask you, if I came out and created a white business accelerator, what would be the reaction?
You're KKK.
Right? What if we seen a Hispanic person do it, or an Asian person do it, or a gay person do it? No. not as gaslighting
Powerful.
enough. We're not there yet. They're trying. We're not there yet though. But no, I would love to see, just to question the obvious bullshit of it. Like I just, as somebody who just falls down, thank you, Ace, for putting some much more realistic statistics out there. Ace in the chat room. Because it's just, you see, that's the shit. I get pissed off for black people, okay? I get pissed off as a white person for black people, for anybody else that they're literally targeting while trying to act like they're doing some social justice.
Being used. They're
Yes.
being used. They're being used as marketing tools and everything else, and it's insanity. Like it's no.
Right? Just stop. Like, will you freaking just knock it off already? I cannot stand it. I cannot stand it. It's just such a blatant slap in the face. But everybody, can I start identifying as Italian and Irish only and not white? Is that cool? I just want to know. Really, I want to know.
Like, Kevin absolutely loses his shit whenever there's something you're filling out and it asks your race. He's like, what the fuck? It's you get African American, you get Asian Pacific Islander, you get something else, and then you get white. He goes, white is not a race, it's a color. And I'm just like, calm down, mark other. Make yourself happy. Like he hates that.
Right? I know, Ace. Thank you. It just aggravates me. Like Jesus. and what do I always say when people are getting mad? And I get it when
but
they're
are
getting
Italians mad. White? Italians have olive skin, so technically, I mean, I don't see any of the Italian olive skin in you, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know. I'm in a freaking albino, but whatever.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
Albino Italiano.
Yeah. What do they say? Oh, it's the light skinned Italians. Of course, mixed in with everything else that I am. I know we're so
Italians.
We're so pale. We could anyway, but I think it's funny, And then I see people getting mad, and I get why they get mad. I'm sick and tired of everything being gay, black, this or that. But what do I always say? Don't get mad at who they want you to get mad at, because that's the design. That's what they want. They want you to start. Well, they want somebody to please go out and start attacking people because they keep doing these months and these empowerment things for crimes that aren't really happening. Again, I'm still waiting for video of white people randomly attacking Asian people, because again, the videos and the statistics don't really match your lie. Yeah, but right. It's all good. It's all good. It's all loving. So we'll just blame everything on the white. But I'm not even being an apologist for. I'm just shitting on it all. Be mad at the propaganda artist. Yeah. The propagandist. It's sickening. James 10 in the chat, does everything aggravate me? Yes, because I'm surrounded by freaking blatant stupidity 24/7 and weak-willed, spineless people that go along with everything that they see, everything that they're told, and have to live their lives to be a victim of something, somewhere, somehow, some way. I need to be a victim. Feel sorry for me. Give me things. Give me money. Give me benefits. Give me jobs. Give me houses. Give me cars. Give me phones, because I'm a victim. Everybody's a victim. Yes, celebrate. Everybody's a victim. We're all victims now. The whole world is victimized. While the true victims shut the fuck up, go out there, bust their ass every day, and they don't whine, bitch, and moan. You know why? I guess they don't have a platform. They don't have a platform to go out there and complain because they're not marketable enough, because real victims have no voice. That's the God's honest truth that nobody wants to talk about, because we don't give two shits about them. I'm still wondering is, like all these people put out these fake rape allegations and fake this, fake that. They're still wandering around. They're all cool, right? They're all cool, but grandma and grandpa waving a flag in front of the people's capital on January 6th after being let in. I'm not even talking about inside, being let on the grounds by Capitol Police. They're in jail, but the people that go out and make false criminal accusations, they're cool, they're protected. Come on.
I literally just read, I didn't read the article, I saw it, and I didn't read it. That's my bad. But in the New York Times the other day, there was a whole thing about the amount of rape victims who their cases never get brought up. Like they actually, like, public defenders and such like that don't even want to take their cases. And I don't know why. I'm sure it has something to do with, like, it's very difficult to finally bring, an assailant to justice or whatever. There's probably a whole lot of their, like, like, the true victims that I'm not talking about the fake ones. I'm talking about the ones who really, suffer through stuff like this. It's probably very difficult for them to say things. And so it's just, but it's crazy because they're often not represented. They're often just like they just drop. It's like because there's no fighting, there's no winning. So they're the ones that, like, give up. The ones who don't, too many of them, not all obviously, but too many of them are just, bullshitting, I suppose. But yeah, it's sad. It's really sad.
Of course. Everything that they do, again, in the alleged name of social justice and giving victims a voice, it's the exact opposite. You're hurting. That's why I don't care what anybody. That's why I like Rose McGowan. I think she's cool. At least she has some balls and using her, what's it called? Her celebrity, her platform, or whatever you want to call it, to at least put some truth out there. And I think that's good. You need more of that. But it's sad that what you said is the case. It's true. Real victims have no voice. So, and why didn't I get arrested? Are you rooting for it, James? Come on. Don't worry. Don't worry. This broadcast is being listened to worldwide right now and will soon be listened to by millions more worldwide. And have no fear. Our friends of the government are definitely listening. And they're always listening because they certainly don't like me and they certainly don't like what we're doing. So have no fear. Have no fear. And James, you asked, what am I happy about? The things I am happy about. You know what? I hope that a show can happen where things are finally achieving some semblance of sanity. I'm not going to say normal, some semblance of sanity. And people are waking up enough to actually affect real change in this world that I could do a show where I can come out and just say, I'm in a great mood today. And you know why I won't put out what I actually am happy about on the air? I do it in moderation. But you know why I won't? Because happiness, your own personal victories, whatever, they're for you and the people that you share them with. It doesn't need to be brought out on a platform so other people can mock it and make fun of it. Not that I care because I laugh at them, but nevertheless, because that's what you own. And too many people put everything out there to the world. They have to broadcast their lives 24/7, as we've discussed, right? And you know what? I can't. You can't say I'm not an open book because I literally, yes, success moves in silence. Perfectly stated, Ace. Honestly, I put everything out there. I put so much out here on the air. I share so much. How many times have we had, back end conversations and everything else live on the air? We don't. It is what it is, because honesty matters and integrity matters. Edit. No, editing is our enemy. That could end up being a problem eventually, but whatever. I don't know. I can't get over the fact that people have this up their game with having to broadcast every second of their lives to the world. They had to up it, not be skeptical, not say, well, this isn't right. No. Let's put more out there. Sure. Why not? Why not? Share your life with the world. I don't know. Again,
you're getting tracked when you do that. Like, if I say this to my students, I'm like, like trying to teach them internet, like, security. It's like you post something, it's like a true or false quiz. And one of the questions is you post a picture on Facebook, but then you take it down, like, a minute later because you thought better of it. True or false, it's gone. And too many of them say true. I'm like, no, anybody could screenshot that or anything. Like, no, once you post something, it lives forever. So you better think twice before you post some of the shit that you post.
Yep. I see in the chat room we have a new subscriber. You just found the most interesting show, Mark 420. What's up?
I like the name.
Yeah. Exactly. There's nothing you do and delete is ever gone. It's always there. It's always tracked. It's always kept. They have files on all of us. They have files on everything you've ever done, ever said, privacy of your own bedroom, house, car, whatever. Believe me, it wasn't just a solo show or a show between you and others. No, it was shared with everybody. It was shared with the world. There you go, Elias. They probably do. I mean, it's just one of those things.
Yeah, I've seen them. Oh my God.
I don't even want to know. Please don't share with me. Anyway.
It was on Facebook.
What? Anyway.
Long story. I'll let him tell you that story.
Everybody, our executive producer, Elias, go find his naked pictures on Facebook. Oh, God. Anyway. Jesus. That's terrifying. But no, I don't understand that, people aren't more hesitant of what they do, and that's just how I feel. I don't understand. I just don't understand. Yeah, HR does. But whatever. So what else? What else is going on? What else can we talk about here? Because I could rant about this for hours because it just aggravates me. That's why I yell into the microphone, people. Remember, remember,
the name of the show is A Conversation, not a yelling.
You'll be happy to know that on last Thursday's show, I think it was about 3 rants, and I did it damn near muted. I was in a hotel room, of course. I didn't yell. My mother got love because she was hanging out in the chat room and listening to the show. So mom got lots of love, which was cool. And I told some cool stories about her, and I have more coming. But no, I did not scream like I usually do. So as far as I'm concerned, I owe you. So move your headphones from your ears. And I'm going to yell for the next. I'm kidding. But it's so hard not to. But anyway, and you know what, James, in fairness, you know what? There is a lot of stuff going on that isn't great. Okay? There's a lot of stuff going on that isn't great. But it's also a few things going on that are really great. And I'm happy about that. So there you go. There you go. That's all I got to say.
Dan's moment of happiness.
There you go. I don't know. Anyway, that was some dead air. As far as a reunion, I don't care about my high school reunion. I don't care. I will not go to a high school reunion. I don't give 2 shits about those people. Sorry. The same closed-minded, shallow people that hung out with each other 20 years ago are still going to hang out with each other. And
they're still hanging out with each other on Facebook.
Exactly.
That's true for any high school, any year graduate. I went to my high school reunion at the 5-year reunion. I think I went to.
I went to none.
That was it. So there you go. You went to,
none.
I went to one more than you. I told you my favorite place I went to one other unofficial reunion because the town that I grew up in has a carnival every year. It's like the first week of August. It's coming up, and it's the Volunteer Fire Company's carnival. And so they put there's a beer tent there. And, and so they always have they put it on Facebook. It's Thursday night at the beer tent is the unofficial class of, I'm not going to say the class, reunion. I almost did, everyone show up and I'm like, no, thank you. I'm good. No. I mean, the people that I care about that I went to high school with, I still stay in touch with. And literally from my own class, I talked to, I think 3 people, maybe 4. If the class before me, I talked to more people.
You're doing good then. I mean, I want to have a rejects reunion of the people that I associated with in high school. It's instead of the social friends that hang out all the time and then let's go pay $1,000 to hang out somewhere and call it a reunion. I don't understand that. But no, I'm all about doing a social reject reunion. It'll cost
That'd be
nothing.
awesome.
Right? We'll all get together and talk shit about everybody else. I am down
I'll
with
offer
that.
I'll offer my place for that. We have the party lights strung up on the
There you go.
we'll just let's do it here. Like Kevin Brew's beer, we have it on the kegerator. Come on, like we'll have the because I'm a social reject from your class too.
I know. That's why you're the perfect teacher to be there. For those who don't know, this woman here was my English teacher twice. Okay, so that's why I purposely try not to type anything during the show because she's kind of responsible. So any typos that anybody else
call
sees,
out my bad teaching. Thanks.
you know where it comes from. She was too busy trying to do sacrifices and cast spells and shit. So she didn't have time for all of us.
I was holding secret coven meetings in the library 7th period. So you just calm yourself down. Okay.
I'm sorry.
That was a real accusation.
I'm telling you, that's why we got to do the social reject reunion. I think that would be absolutely
down with
awesome.
that.
Right?
I'm totally down with that, and I'm totally down with you using my place for it. We come here, we got plenty of room. Let's do it. I'm down with that.
Yes. No, Chris. No, freshman and junior years. There you go.
I would say freshman twice because Dan was so smart, but no.
Wait a minute.
And Chris, poor Elias had me twice too. So yeah, it's a thing for me.
We're victims of Carrie, but
students.
We survived. We survived.
Hey, listen, my name is spelled the same way as the Stephen King novel. Just saying, and that's for a reason. No.
Can I request disability benefits because of how you teach? How you teached us? My God!
Yes,
how you teached us?
Right.
No,
this is embarrassing.
No.
This is why I need to go.
I know. Tonight's show is only going to be. It's ending now. Oh no, sorry. Hey! It's been a while.
If you want a 2-term gang, that's great.
If you want to hear a more professional sounding show. Not on this network. I don't have one. But anyway, I have nothing to offer you.
Say, what are you going to say? What are you going to say
offer
there?
you. Maybe some of the new hosts. They got some stuff coming, That must be it. But everybody, really quick though, I want to do a special shout out. And I'm allowed to do this because, well, I'm kind of a pain in her ass, so it's all good. So a special shout out to Ace. Yes. The one and the only Ace. Everybody's favorite everybody's favorite white supremacist, black supremacist, atheist, Satanist, born again Christian, whatever you want to call her. Yes, our radical leftist, radical conservative, radical libertarian. Whatever.
Wow.
Sorry, Ace. I have to gaslight you a little bit too. But yes, she is back full time doing her magistry and working her magic in the VOP world. I had to just put that out there.
That was a lot of M words that I got confused about just then.
I don't even know
where I was. Ministry of Magic?
What? I is that over my head? Probably.
Harry Potter reference.
Yeah, I wouldn't know that crap. I'm sorry. I told you, give me something Beavis and Butthead. I got you. That's about where it stops for me. But James, a pee bottle. What? Dude, did I miss something? Did I miss something in the chat room there? Anyway, to all our friends listening
I'm afraid to touch the fucking phone because this app is a bunch of bullshit. So I just see things occasionally as I'm looking.
Yeah. A special shout out once again to our favorite app, Craps. Thank you, as always, for all you do. But no, for the cool people and apps, obviously, thank you. And new subscribers, everybody else, I appreciate it. Hey, I'm ordained too, Ace. Don't you forget it. So I appreciate you all and everybody listening all over the world. Thank you. This is your first time listening to us. God help you. And
what have you stumbled into?
I know. Although I will say, James, only I would know what you're talking about there. But anyway, we have touched on a lot of topics, though. You should be. Yes. We have touched on a lot of topics, even though it's a very crazy, scattered cluster beep of a show. We have covered a wide multitude. Whatever. Just talk, please. God.
I think you're trying to say is that anybody who's a first time listener, we're all over the fucking place in this show.
Yes.
and we generally have differing opinions on some things, and on other things we don't. And it's how somebody who is it was but this is like last year. I remember telling you this. It's funny because I got like lambasted. There's a good word for you. By a air quote friend of mine at the school I teach at, because I was telling her that I was talking to you, and that because she was saying something about Trump supporters and all that, and I will make no bones about it. I am not a fan of the man, but I'm also not a fan of Biden right now either. So just putting that out there, I'm a free thinker. We're gonna put it that way. But she was like, "How can you be friends with a Trump supporter?" I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And I'm like, because I listen to people. I like to hear other people's views. I like to learn. I keep an open mind. And I think that's the good thing about this show is that we do keep open minds and we do listen to each other. And we may not agree with each other, but we can like be friends. And that's a lesson because, and I've said this 1,000 times, that's the danger. And Dan has said this too. The danger is that even if we have differing viewpoints, you can still be friendly with people. And like I've seen surveys and shit like that where people are like, have you lost friends or family members due to differing political opinions? And I'm like, no, because I'm not an idiot. I'm not an asshole. And if we were all could be like that, then we would provide a very unified front and a very dangerous populace to be dealt with. But we're too many fucking morons in this country, so that's never going to happen.
Yep. And they're still working overtime to try to, segregate and divide and separate and everything else, So it's what they do. But I know, imagine that, huh? We could actually have conversation. Oh, no.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny,
That's not allowed.
It's if you really think about it, it's not even the opinions that are put out there to the world on our shows. It's the simple fact of what we're doing is what gets us banned, what gets us censored, what we stand for. That's because listen,
we stand for everyone having an opinion and being allowed to voice it.
Yes. Like literally, and that's the priceless part of it all. And I know for the long-time listeners, I know you've heard this ad nauseum. I know. I'm sorry, but it is kind of funny if you really stop and think about it. That's why they hate us, because again, when we had the Fred Hampton leftist shows on the network, they were getting censored, banned, blacklisted everywhere else, and our shows and other random shows, it had nothing to do with the content and everything to do with the mere existence of a platform that lets people actually express differing points of views. That's it. That's it. That's what scares them, and it's kind of funny. It's sad, but it's funny. And I can never understand that, have you ever noticed this? Here's a question for you. Have you noticed? Yes, Chris. Have you noticed that the art of intelligent conversation is damn near non-existent in today's world?
Yeah. Well, I saw briefly as I looked at my phone, Ace said, paranoia and all the stupid people are breeding. Yeah, that's the problem. And people are not, there's no intelligent discussion, or very little, I should say, because people are so indoctrinated. Like, you have to be a free thinker. You have to be able to look at things, and you have to be able to put aside anything that you were taught growing up. And everybody, we're all products of our environment and our family growing up. And anyone who says I'm not, I call you a liar, because there's something that is in the back of your mind that even if you don't allow it out, there's something that you were influenced at growing up, that something influenced you, right? And so, like, my parents, I had the fucking Leave It to Beaver childhood. I didn't realize it when it was happening, but I do now looking back. But, my mom, I don't remember who was who. I'm going to get my bet that my mom was the Democrat, my dad was the Republican. There was one of each. And I think that's how it probably was. But I never remember insane political discussions. I just, I was brought up to listen to everybody and I still have my mom's voice in my head. So in high school, I was a nerd magnet. I basically, all the if you want to, in air quotes, say the nerds, which by the way, I was a nerd too. But they like, I was, my mom always said, oh, Carrie, be nice to them, don't be hurtful. And I always was. And you know what? Hey, it worked out great because I married a nerd, and wow, he's in good shape. So I mean, just like the nerds in high school wind up being like the movers and shit. They wind up with like the good money, the good jobs. But yeah, I mean, like I've always listened to everybody, and that's not normal anymore. I feel like the last time people were brought up in a sort of like, be, open and generous and listening to everyone was probably the last crew coming out of like the probably like, I guess it's like the end of the Generation X, I guess. It's like because depending on who you listen to, is people born in the 80s, like to mid 80s. I think like 1984 is like the cutoff or something like that. It's still Gen X, and no offense to anyone else out there who's younger. I don't mean that, but like, because you guys are special. If you're listening to the show, you're very special. But like, I mean, I really feel like so many people now are just like not like willing, like they don't know how to have intelligent conversations. And I fully blame media. I fully blame like the social media, especially, what that happened in like the early 2000s. That's when Facebook came out, right? And I think that is when like things really started going downhill much more quickly. And we've lost the art of intelligent conversation because everyone started posting everything and being stupid. And unfortunately, the stupid people who are breeding like rabbits use those social media platforms a lot. And so, wow. And it's just like, I don't know. I mean, like the schools don't teach independent thought anymore. They don't teach you how to think. They don't teach you how to, Jesus Christ, they don't even teach you how to write a research paper anymore, which pisses me off because when I taught, and Elias can tell you this, when I taught in my school, I taught English in my school, my current school. I don't teach English now. I do something else. But when I taught English, like I had my kids doing research papers because it's important to know that for a lot of them going to college. And if they weren't going to go to college, I said it's important for you to know how to look at articles and weed through fact versus opinion and stuff like that. Because someday you're going to need to do that, even if you're not going to college. It doesn't matter. And nobody fucking teaches a research paper in my school anymore since I stopped teaching English. And I think that's an atrocity because you need to be able to have independent thought and be able to understand the difference. And one of the things I did was I would do an exercise before we started the research paper about looking at the validity of websites. And I always put up this one website about the Northwest Pacific tree octopus. And there was this whole site dedicated. It made it look really like and an octopus in a tree and how it like came out of the oceans and it would climb up and mate and whatever. And like, almost every student in my class would be like, oh my God, that's amazing. And I'm like, it's fake. Are you crazy? And we'd go and talk about how to like, cause somebody created that for the reason of teaching, like legitimacy of websites and stuff. And so like, nobody does that. I'm not saying nobody in my school does that. I can say that. And then that's where we've lost like all of this extra shit that needs to be taught in schools now. Like, and I'm not even talking about the new stuff that they're talking about now. I'm talking about like whatever happened. And I sound like I'm a fucking old woman, like, preaching, from back in my day. But I mean, what happened to teaching real things besides like you have math, English, science, social studies, all that stuff. But then you have like the arts, and then you have like, okay, I teach my kids financial literacy the second half of senior year. I show them how do you figure out what credit card interest rates are and stuff like that, because they don't know. Nobody teaches them this because they're too involved in like thinking about the deep, philosophical blah, blah. I give up. I give the state of education. I can only speak for inner city New York, but I have a sneaking suspicion this is true for most inner city schools, is a fucking disaster. And that's where we get so many people going through that educational system and coming out the other end, worse for the wear. You know what I mean? And just like, that's the bottom line problem, I think, with this whole fucking country. Education. And I'm an educator. There you go.
No, and you're right. And again, we could say it starts at home because of course it does, but it's, I don't know. When you have that rare chance to have intellectual conversation and talk about adult issues with somebody, it's such a breath of fresh air. And, it gives you a little bit of hope that such conversation can still exist in this world, and it's nice to see. So when you have those moments, you gotta really cherish that, because it is really dumbed down to like a whole nother level in this day and age. And it's sad and it's scary. It really is. It's just, they've gone above and beyond to silence people. Really, you know what it comes down to? And this is going back to my time in school there, because you know better than anybody. I think we've addressed this on the show, but we obviously have a crap ton of new listeners, and welcome to everybody.
I saw someone from Brazil. Woohoo!
Yes, welcome and thank you. And also our 420 friend, thank you.
That's awesome.
Everybody who's joining us for the first time, we're having some higher numbers tonight, and I definitely appreciate it and appreciate the love. And please share, and I did subscribe as well, so we always follow back. Is that like the cool thing to do? We follow back, but please help share, spread the word, because it's all about all of you, and we appreciate the hell out of you all. But no, remember when I spoke about this on this show with you. Yeah, thank you, Mark 420. I appreciate it, man. I really, really do. It means a lot, and believe me, any content you put up, we'll share as well. That's kind of how we operate here. It's all about people helping people. But remember the career day back in high school where they had all the crap, right?
Yeah, the typical like businessmen and shit like that.
And I was so pissed off because they had nothing for musicians or writers or anything like that. I was just disgusted by it, right? Because we crap on creativity. We crap on free thought, because your free thought is only allowed as long as it follows this line and follows these rules and goes along this. It has to be perfect in whatever caste system that it could exist in. You know what I mean? You're only allowed to think this way as long as you don't veer. And it's just, what I'm getting at is I'm not finding the words to explain it properly, but it's annoying that we shit all over creativity. We shit all over creative thinking. We shit all over perseverance, individuality. It's telling somebody they could be more than what the hell they are. And, and actually pumping that up and, promoting people and lifting them up. We don't do that. Nope. It doesn't happen.
Or you try and you get in trouble for it because, as like I said, I'm a teacher, right? And what I do teach now, I have juniors and seniors. My junior class it's like a seminar class basically. And so the juniors, it's all career exploration, first semester, and then second semester is all getting ready for college application process. Senior year, first semester, it's all applying for college and financial aid and all that. And then second semester, I do financial literacy. And where in there did you just hear me say that there's an opportunity, except for the first semester of junior year, to look at something other than a college-based career? Because that's all that matters in a lot of these schools. It's like they have to fill a certain quota. Like you have to get all these kids that apply to college. And it's like, but there's other routes. You don't have to go to college. There are other things you can do. And so I try to talk to the kids about that. I try, but it's when you have 100, you have like the entire fucking senior class, the entire junior class, you don't have a lot of time to help the kids with the individuality part. And so I stay after a lot, but it's tough. It's like it's like what is it? Was it another brick in the wall? I think the video where it's just like an assembly line for school, and it's like, it's exactly true. It's still true.
Yes. And it has not changed, and it's disheartening. It really is disheartening. I cannot stand just how narrow-minded people could be, or how secular-minded people can be. And again, and the college stuff, like, great, if you want to get $600,000, $700,000, $800,000 worth of debt, God bless. And for some stuff it's necessary. But
I don't let my kids do that. I get those kids. I get all of my kids, unless their parents are making over $125,000 a year. I can get all of my kids into a school where they don't have to pay a dime, because they'll get enough aid from the federal government and the state government in order to go for free. Now, if they go there, that's another story. I try to tell them no debt, but hey.
Yeah, I mean, debt is how you keep them rich. Keep them in control, keep them empowered. As long as they have you by the I'll be nice, the purse strings. Is that the appropriate way of saying it? They own you for life, nice. Right? I didn't use any genitalia comments or nothing, but it's and you know what? I gotta go to the chat room here, Mark. I've been a cannabis activist for 35 plus years. You know what? I tell everybody this. I do not use cannabis or anything of the sort, but my career happens to be in cannabis, and I never thought that would have been the case. But I say, rock on, man. You know what? I've seen so much good and so many wonderful things come out of it. I hate when they politicize it. I hate it, but the the company I work for, has some little issues at top, but at the end of the day, they do more good than the BS crap, and it's really refreshing
The
to see.
fact that you're making a plant illegal is absolutely ridiculous.
Yes.
I don't use it either. I don't. I've tried it. I'm not a fan of how it makes me feel. But the fact that you're going to make a goddamn plant illegal is outrageous and absurd. And so many people, like you said, have so many benefits. Get the fuck out of here. So definitely on board with that.
Yeah. I say, there you go. Mark, we should get you on a show to talk about that. I would love to talk about that on the air, actually, because something that I gripe about a lot is the fact that we have people, sometimes life sentences, sometimes 10, 15, 20 years for weed. But people with heroin, cocaine, everything else, they'll get out in 5 years, 3 years, 2 years, It's crazy. And Mark, you just let us know when you go live, man. We'll happily share it. And hopefully you'll join us one day, because I'd love to hear that story and put it out in the air, because I think that's important to tell those stories.
Yeah.
It's just the absurdity of it all. We literally have doctors and hospitals killing people for cash, and insurance companies and big pharma, massacring people in the name of health and safety. But they have immunity. That's the word I was looking for.
Immunity, and they deal with impunity. There you go.
Yes. There you go. Thank you.
It's
lunacy to me. It is absolutely
well.
insane.
I mean, the big pharma can't make decent money off of pot. Like, there's no way they can, because it can be grown anywhere, and you don't have to have any special equipment, really. I mean, unless you're like hardcore indoors, like Mark was just saying. But seriously. So that's the problem, that they're the ones that are trying to keep it illegal and keep it because they won't make money from it. Bottom line.
Yep. I completely and totally agree with you. Mm-hmm. It's just sad, it's sad, and it's obvious what they do. And again, I'm not crapping on everybody in the medical industry either. There's a lot of good people in the medical industry that see this as well, but it's the power brokers. That's what it comes down to. It's the overlords, the ones that have the billions and trillions, and they're gonna keep you sick.
Johnson & Johnson just struck a deal to something like, I forgot. I didn't read the details of it, because I'm like, oh my God, there was just too much to read. But something about with their they're responsible, as well as all the big companies with the opioid crisis and everything else, and they just struck some sort of deal where they have to pay, I forget how many millions or billions of dollars, but it's a better deal than what they would have gotten had everyone taken them to court or whatever. And I'm just like, and nobody cares. It's like, what's that group? It was a family drug organization, the drug company or something. The ones that were peddling you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes.
Especially down south and in more rural areas, where they were the doctors were writing prescriptions for this what's the big pain medicine that everyone wants?
Vicodin.
Somebody help me.
Oxycodone.
Percocet, but that's it, Oxycontin. And so they basically created all of these addicts, and it's a family-run drug company. Was it?
The pill farms. I can't think of the name. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they wound up squeezing out whatever money. It sounded like a lot of fucking money that they paid, but really in the grand scheme of things, it was nothing, and it's just holy shit.
It's just sad. It's really, really sad. And that's where I want to yell, but and I look back, and again, we're not having the conversation pro or con, whatever the case may be, but the vaccine stuff. How come all the companies that are promoting and distributing the vaccine, they all have immunity from any lawsuits that could be with regards to the vaccine? Listen, whether you love it, hate it, whatever, support it, against it, you have to stop and question, well, why are they giving themselves a pass?
But also don't forget, what is it? Was it not? I don't think it was Pfizer and Moderna. Was it just Pfizer? One of them started saying, "Well, you're going to need a booster shot," and then
they're all doing it now.
Oh, well, because the federal government was like, and even your favorite, Dr. Fauci, was like, no, wait, stop. I'm like, well, you're trying to get more money, because now, they gave the shots out free, well, free in air quotes, free to anybody who wanted one, but like the government paid for it. But now they're like, well, now we need to like, get some more money. We got everyone scared. So let's, we need booster shots now. And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. It's like, wow. Here we go.
Yeah. My favorite little hobbit, Dr. Mengele,
Hey,
Dr.
that's
Fauci.
insulting to Lord of the Rings fans. You just better back up there.
I'm sorry. Again, we have our feelings on Rand Paul, but I would like to see Rand Paul to step down and kick Fauci in the face. Just somebody, please kick him. I'm sure you can get away with it because whatever you say or do on the floor of the Congress is protected, of course. You could say lies, treasonous shit. You're completely protected. I love their immunity. But that little bastard Fauci, God, I hate this man. I despise him. And all the ones like him. And he's just the one we know. You know how many of them Dr. Fauci's there are in this world that you've never heard of before that are profiteering off the sickness of everybody? It's disgusting.
Well,
it is
anybody who gets higher up in the medical system. I'm not talking about doctors. I mean, although I'm sure there are, there's bad apples in all industries.
Yep.
But like the higher you get up, the more likely you are to be getting payouts. That's true with the fucking government too. I mean, the higher up you get, the more likely you're getting your palms greased,
All the time. It's amazing how rich people can get off of keeping everybody sick and addicted. Definitely. But let's talk about the war on drugs though. Yeah. Please. What is the question?
What?
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I was just going to say there's a country, and I always get this wrong. Is it Belgium? One of the countries there's more than one, that basically made all drugs legal. And then have public health, help, if you feel like you're an addict or if you want to whatever. And it's solved so many problems. Cause I mean, look at all the crime involved in the illegal peddling of drugs. So if you make it legal, then you eliminate a lot of the crime issues. And then people aren't afraid to go to get help if they feel that they need it, if they feel they're addicts or whatever. It's an interesting study. I don't know enough to really talk about it intelligently, but I'm that's an interesting thought. Just thought.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you because I never asked you that before. What are your thoughts on all of that with regards to the legalization of all drugs and everything else? I never asked you that.
I don't think that anybody should have the right to tell people what they can do with their own bodies, whether it's, and somebody's going to get pissed off and I don't care, whether it's abortion, whether it's taking a vaccine, whether it's shooting up heroin, whatever. But if you make those things safe and legal, if you make those things legal, they're going to become safer. And then you're going to have less, I really think you're going to have less of an issue. I don't understand why anybody feels they have the right to regulate what you do with your own body. Now, obviously, driving impaired, just like if you're drinking alcohol, right? That's a whole different story. I mean, there are certain things certain situations. I get that. But the fact that if I wanted to shoot up heroin tonight, in the privacy of my own home, I should be allowed to do that if I want to. I shouldn't feel like a criminal. I don't do that. But I mean, I don't see again, your body, your choice. And that goes true for all things like that.
Mm-hmm. No, that's good. We touched on that on Thursday, but we didn't really get into it, hardcore in depth. But, it's something that I would definitely love to have a more wide ranging conversation on because everybody has different opinions and different viewpoints. And, it's amazing. But I go back and I do this and I can't help it. But I go back to the COVID argument. I was having a conversation earlier today about the whole swine flu and the H1N1 and everything else. And like I said, you know how that went away? The media stopped reporting it. Yeah. And, because they put out vaccines, they failed, people were dying, and then the media just said nothing about it. And I think that's funny because the COVID thing, this is my issue. It was so deliberate. Everything from the jump, from before what we even see in public, it was so contrived. And, that's where I really feel. And I know when Trump said about the fake news media is the enemy of the people, and they tried to say he said the media as a whole, and they attacked him on it, and that's not actually what he said. I'll say it: the media is the enemy of the people, and they have their own agendas. And I wish Trump would have said I didn't say that, but yeah, I agree. He should have, because the media, for whatever you're trying to push, let's say it was all pro-Republican media, which you have your shill ones, right? Your establishment ones, right?
Mhm.
I'd be just as pissed with that as I am a left-wing one, or whatever it may be.
The problem with the media, really, and again, and I think it was Walter Cronkite, perhaps, it said like the birth of the 24-hour news channel is the death of news. And, it's different to say media versus news station, right? News stations, we expect to hear news given in a as much as you can unbiased manner. But we have things like Fox and CNN and whatever other ones you want to name, and here's the problem: it has blurred, because all of these shows, these networks, all have their like newscasters, and I'm using air quotes because I know you can't see that, because they're actually opinion shows. They're opinions. Where's the actual news when it's given? It's not on those shows. Like you turn on to your local news and you'll see more regular news than you will on these bigger news channels. But everyone gets glued to these channels because it's sensationalized, because it'd be like us, Dan. It'd be like you and me having our own news show on CNN or Fox or whatever fucking station you want to call it. And then like we're talking like what we're doing right now. And I mean, so I think we have some actual like legitimate views, but I mean, the point is that it would be our opinions for a lot. We're having an opinion show right now, but like people would listen to us and be like, "Yes, oh my God, this is true," and run like we could say the sky is purple, and that's the problem. That is 100% the problem when you wound up with these 24-hour news shows and they realized that they couldn't just report news 24 hours, and they started having people's opinion segments, and people don't get op-eds. Oh my God, I got into an argument with someone online. I don't remember who it was, who said something about, well, this article says blah, blah, blah. I'm like, it's an op-ed. Do you know what that stands for? It means an opinion piece. That means this is this person's opinion, not necessarily real news. So what the fuck? You can't use an op-ed as a fucking source. Come on. Sorry.
Yeah.
I get very angry about shit like that.
More people should, and again, it's nobody should go and say, I heard this on Rise Above the Noise, so it must be true. Do your own research. Right. You hear something, you hear an opinion, you hear a conversation.
Dan says that all the time. Do your own research.
Yes. Educate yourself. We don't need more drones and more sheep. We need more free thinkers and people who are self-educators. That's what this world needs. That's where the true power lies, So one day we're going to get there. One day we're going to achieve that goal, but they're doing everything in their power to silence the individual from having individual thought and the ability to do research themselves, because they are labeling and targeting those people as the enemy. And it's the God's honest truth. That's not even an opinion. That's just that right there. That is the truth, because people who think freely or who do their own research or whatever into any subject, whether it be marijuana, whether it be the war on drugs, whether it be COVID, whether it be men's field hockey, does such a thing exist? I don't even know. Whatever it may be, if you want to think logically and do your own research, then you are the enemy, because you have to go along with the talking points and you have to buy into our narrative. And it's bullshit, and that's why we exist. And something that, we got to put out there, I think, so people understand. And I can make this call right now. We'll break a little exclusive here. We are going to look for people. Obviously, we're going to use people in our empire, if you will, first and foremost. But we're going to be looking for people that are actually willing. It's called lacrosse. Thank you, Chris. I'm sorry. That's Chris Tarango, he's one of the co-hosts of Metalheads Unite, kicking ass on the weekends, by the way. But thank you for the fact check there, sir. But anyway, all right, what about badminton, huh? But we want people that are willing to go to media events, newsworthy events, any type of events, because we actually have media credentials, press credentials. Because we are an actual media group, right? We're independent, yes, but we actually have press passes and the ability to go places and say, yo, you can't kick us out. We have press credentials and we're legit now.
Yep.
So we want to start getting that out there, and we want to start getting field correspondence. It can offer you exactly no money for it right now, but hopefully that'll change soon. But honestly, we need more independent. And I know a lot of people say independent journalists and whatever. It's great. We need more. No matter how many there are, we need more. We need a hell of a lot more. So we need people who are willing to step up. And, that's what it comes down to. And yes, social media manager, you can reach out to the media manager, Carrie. And
I was just responding to her. I told her the last time to send me your fucking emails and a picture so I could make the press credential pass for her, and she did neither. So,
oof.
I still love you, Ace.
Call HR. Remember, HR is Ace, so you're screwed. Anyway. But no, and Chris brought it up, and it's exactly what I mean. Just like a lot of these music festival shows going around, like, we want to have you on the ground. We want to have you reporting from it, putting a different spin. I said the evil word, not a spin, a different take out there, a different representation, or just real representation. We need more of that, because when there's more of that, they're going to come at us harder. But that's where we start to achieve vastly, minutely. Yeah. We start to achieve just that little hint of liberty. When people are out there able to break into the establishment class, if you will, and be some schmuck standing in a room that, why is this person here? Well, I have the same credentials you have, asshole. I just don't make $35 million a year like you do. But I'm going to put the truth out there. We need more of that. That's all.
Yeah.
So
I agree. I absolutely agree.
We have that.
And also and I'm going to say, I'm going to get this wrong, and I apologize right now. I asked my husband, but he's trying to respond to me now. So, there we go. I was right the first time. So, in June of 2022, he bought tickets already. And I said, well, I hope that this is going to go through, but we are going to go see Iron Maiden in concert in Northern Ireland. So I'll use my press pass there.
That would be cool, but the Delta Continental U.S. Airways variant may stop you from doing so.
Well, I'm hoping by June of 2022, Northern Ireland is going to give a big fuck you to all that. So there we go.
I don't know. Go IRA. That's cool though. Now, real quick, Ace, you brought it up in there. All I'm going to say
I'm just going to put a laughing face at her. That's true.
Listen. I've had a lot going on in my life too. Thank you. But
you have a life?
Believe it or not, it's starting to take form, but anyway, this Friday, I'm having a super secret meeting with smarter people than I. So in person, I could say, here's what I have.
Oh, shit. Now are you going to wear your mask? You're not vaccinated. You should wear your mask.
I identify as vaccinated. And all I could say is to those people, think of Metallica's song, Don't Tread on Me, Don't Shed on Me. Thank you. Now, but I will keep my social distancing of 27 feet. So, smarter people than I will be able to see it in person, and the issues I've been having, that or those smarter people will probably say, all you got to do is hit this button and then it's done. And that's probably all it's going to take. But I'm too naive to figure that out. So come Friday, I will feel like a fool, and it's okay. So I'm owning it now. But I believe a lot of good things will come after this super secret meeting. Thank you. That is all.
Super secret meeting. That's amazing.
I know. Well, hey, Elias thought there was a big super secret conference today for everybody at VOP. I'll put them out there. Some app development company reached out to us about, doing our apps and shit, like a little bit too late, but whatever. If we could upgrade what we're going to do for phone apps at least. And I spoke with this guy today. Our minimal base project starting point is 20,000, but usually for 30 to 50,000, we could give you yeah, you're right. You have fun with that. You go find somebody else that has that money. Yeah, bye. And then before you even start talking, no, thanks though, but no, we're grassroots. Come on, we're broke.
Yeah.
We do things differently.
Yeah. Grassroots, and that's like the epic term for broke. Yep.
That's right. But no, I mean we're gonna have cool apps coming regardless. So yeah, I don't care if my apps are flashy and can cause seizures. I'm not about that. So we have that logo on Thursday,
and be easy to work. You know, come on, that's the
yes.
problem.
And remember, you're gonna see the phone. I haven't spoken about it in a while, but you're gonna see the phone apps released around the same time as what's coming in 4 weeks. So it's all, and that's being done by design. So it's one big. We're putting it out there.
It's being done by design.
But done by design. At first it wasn't, but I'm going to say that it was to make it sound better and it sound like all like, ominous and shit. Now I can actually say it's being done by design. Kind of, sort of. So it's all good. And giving us back pay for 2 decades. Well, I'll give you $10 now. Like, I'll hook you up. Everybody gets $10 for the VOP. I got you. You didn't hear that, IRS. Yes, everybody celebrate that. Voice of the People USA Radio Network LLC is legitimate. We're legitimate. We were wait, yeah. We were always legitimate.
There you go.
But we become more legitimate once we get the tax ID number so the Fed can attack us appropriately. Thank you. So, but it's all good. We have protections and copyrights and trademarks and everything else. I love it. So, hey, we're at a whole nother level now, people. Haters, you got to catch up. So
yeah, right.
It's all good.
Yeah, I think the haters have been left in the dust. Like they haven't done anything different from what they had been doing before we met them, right?
Pretty much. What's up, Tina? Yeah, you are 100% correct. And it's what are you gonna do? It's okay. Mm-hmm. They serve their purpose, I guess. We're diverse here. And as a whole bunch of new eyes are learning tonight, and we're over 36,000 strong worldwide right now, and a hell of a lot of people listening here on HAPS as well and everywhere else, so thank you for that. But as people are learning, we're a very diverse network, good people then. Yep. All right, so Tina, you get a subscription then too if you're a friend. I'm just saying, you got to be a little cautious. I'm sorry. Welcome, Tina. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate that. Bring your people.
Yeah, and Tina and Mark, just FYI, if this is your first time listening to us, our show is different from every other show. They're all different. There's so many different shows.
Yeah. No, Mark is kicking ass. He's doing some work. I appreciate it, bro. Thank you. He's getting the people. But no, our show is very unique, and all our shows are very unique. And by the way, at 10 o'clock Eastern tonight, the Iron Lung Pigskin show is going to be on. So check this out. I don't give a rat's ass about sports, but a lot of people do. So that's why that show exists, and it's a good show. LJ, Elias, Marquez, I think, right? That's the other one that's on it. So definitely check that out as well. And then next Wednesday after our show will be Truly Uncensored. That's bi-weekly now. So we got a ton of shows. We're launching, like I said, we're launching the new shows this weekend. I want to get the name right. So this is an interesting name. It's an interesting name. It's different. And it's not your same old tired viewpoints either. It's a group of 3. And they're completely different. So let me see here. Elias, what's the name? Not Iron Lung Pigskins. Drew's shows. Drew's show. What's it called? You created the logo.
Wow.
Dude. What? What was
your English issues. That's my. I'm laughing at that.
Don't make fun of it. VOP is a radio.
Yeah, I hang on. I'm trying. My phone hates me.
What was that?
My phone hates me. I can't help it. Like it tries to like autocorrect me. I'm like, I know. There we go. VOPUSARadio.com. Because there are shows on there that are not on HAPS because some people can't use it stupid fucking shit because we use Ubuntu on our computers and Linux. We run Linux. So there.
What she said. So yes, and Elias, Political Zoo. Yes, the Political Zoo. Thank you. The Political Zoo. I couldn't find your damn logo for nothing, and I couldn't think of the name. I'm sorry, Drew, if you're listening, but that's actually going to be pretty cool. That's a whole bunch of people of different. You have somebody who is a left-leaning, right-leaning, in the middle. It's a group of 3. Some really intelligent. I only know the one, but really good dude. And he's going to bring a whole new flavor doing his stuff. So and that's going to come the weekends on Saturdays. Really cool people. And we have a lot of new stuff. We just have new stuff coming all around. So it's kind of exciting. you know? And believe me, there'll be a lot more people trying to come on once we announce our other stuff, but we don't care about them. I'm sorry. Is that mean? Is that mean? Yes.
Nope.
And you can find us literally on every single podcast and whatever platform in the world. We are everywhere. And then what's kind of scary is once we start up this new platform, well, I guess you could call it a platform. Our next element that we're going to in 4 weeks, we're going to be on 141 platforms total worldwide. That's insane.
Jeez.
I know, right? That's pretty good for being as censored and as banned and as hated as we are. And we're nobodies,
right?
But damn it, we make a memory. and for everybody, it is a platform. Kinda. Yes, in a way, multiple, kind of in one, whatever. It's gonna make us really professional looking. You'll see. You'll hear about it tomorrow night. Anyway,
except for if we have to start using video on all of our shows, because then maybe it won't be so professional.
Yeah, don't even.
I know how you feel about video.
I will be the masked person. You heard of that masked singer crap? I'm going to be the masked radio show host. That's right. I'm going to be totally in favor of masks then, and I'm going to wear a mask always. One big enough to cover my entire head. But, what the hell was I going to say? Oh, yes, we are working on it. Truly put in work. Elias put in work. Ace put in work. I put in work. So we are. I've gotten
laughing at Ace.
I've gotten emails. And yes, we have a couple 462, a couple shows that have not been uploaded yet to Spotify and places like that. 452, and it's coming. Okay, so I promise you, it's coming. There's a lot of shows that are going to be uploaded the next week. So I'm sorry, we were a little lackadaisical there. We just do the shows and we forget sometimes to upload them for everybody who likes to listen on demand. My apologies, but we're making that righteous. So there you go. 452. My God. Anyway, there's a lot of shows. So, Carrie, how are we going to celebrate a year of the network? That's the real question. How the hell are we going to celebrate a year?
Well, I think the boss should take us to Las Vegas or something. We talked about that one time, a long time ago. So I say Las Vegas trip, baby. Sin City.
Hey, I'm down with that. Just give me your credit card and I'll make all the arrangements.
Well, okay. So so if we can get everyone to get their asses here, we can throw a weekend party here. Like, let's all meet in person for once and all that. That's cool too.
No editing. We're not going to edit them. We're just going to go. Thanks to our social media manager doing a good job in scheduling. They're pretty much on point. So no editing. This needs to be uploaded.
Wait, I need to know, Mark, did that marriage last? Got to know. But go ahead, Dan.
No, you're good. 6 weeks. Well, damn.
That's what I said.
I guess that is a question. Did it last? If that's so, rock on, dude. Hey,
right?
Sometimes it works, right?
Or is this like the Carrie Underwood song, I don't even know my last name, and she hits the road and runs?
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm sorry.
Never mind. Anyhow.
I know.
So how are we going to celebrate 1 year?
Well,
wow.
You did good, though. Anyway.
Yeah, right? Damn. So how are we going to celebrate?
I have absolutely no idea. We need to set up a Radio Row somewhere and just do a 24-hour live marathon or streamathon. Well, we're already live 24/7, but like really live, and just do like a whole thing and see if we could raise $5.
Oh, yeah, that'd be cool. There we go. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we could definitely do that. Sure.
We need to do something. I don't know. We got to do something because it's kind of cool, Oh, God bless you.
I think It's a great idea. Well, you talked about that a couple times about doing like a 24-hour streaming thing, some weekend or whatever, and we never got around to it.
Well, now we actually have, real people who could chime in and guest host and stuff like that to make it more interesting. And because at the time when I said it, I wanted it, but it was only like 3 or 4 of us. So that would have been kind of hard.
Be like, we're doing hours and hours of our lame shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Like, don't worry. I promise you. And I'll be the one least on there. Anyway, I'll come in every hour and just really the overnight hours. I'll just come in and yell. So that way I make sure you're awake when you're listening, you know?
Right.
But no, we got to do something because October is 1 year since the formation of our actual network. Prior to that, we were just doing pseudo network-ish stuff on other platforms. And then we got tired of being censored and banned and said, screw it. And we created our own network and we built our own thing and all the fun that goes along with that. But no, I mean, hell, we're blessed. You consider we're going to sell
everything Dan threatens comes true. Just FYI.
somehow, some way. You know, Mark, there you go. We could do a birthday celebration in conjunction. That's like only a couple of days off of the 1 year anniversary date. So that's actually pretty cool. But, I mean, you think about it. We have the first big thing dropping at the end of August, right? And then we have the 1 year celebration. And then in November, we had the demo shows of SiriusXM. So, I mean, it's a hell of it's going to be an interesting stretch over the next few months. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say. So haters, hate away. It's all good. You know, we invited you to the table and you chose not to stay and rock on. All the best, but we continue to do what we do and somebody still cares about it somewhere. And I'm grateful for it. So there. So, yeah, so we got to think of something cool. That's all. We'll plan it. We'll solicit everybody's opinion for what you want to see on a celebration. A road trip would be cool. Let's just do a drive across America. Let's get one of those big ass RV buses and just do a tour. Bring all the dogs,
that'd be cool.
you know, all the family.
That's perfect.
We'll get 2 or 3 of them, and we just have one being the broadcast bus and just freaking go. Why the hell not?
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that idea.
Never be able to afford
that. We'll drive and pick everybody up on the way. You know, we'll go head down south and we'll pick up Ace, we'll pick up Elias, and then we'll head up. You know, we'll do all of that.
We'll float to the Philippines. I mean, yeah, we could do this. I mean, we could do this. No, it's yeah, it'll be interesting. We'll see what happens, right? But something cool will come of it. So again, to everybody, all I ask is please, if you could, please obviously share, follow, subscribe. And you know, it's really because of all of you that we're able to do what we do. So please just continue to share and you know, help us grow. That's the biggest thing, you know. It's all about all of you. The more you share us, the more you get our stuff out there, the bigger we get and the further out there we get, and it's pretty cool. So I'm grateful. It's not easy when you do it this way, but it's a lot of fun. And when nobody owns you, that makes it a lot better too. You know?
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. We are the property of no one. There you go. So
I like it.
Any other topics you want to touch on?
Well, I mean, we have 3 minutes left, so I'm going to say no.
God!
Hey, listen, we didn't have any more growling demon beasts, because they all ran away. That Kevin finally got off of work, so they left me for him. So there you go. So you're welcome that you didn't hear the sounds of Satan anymore.
Now, programming note for tomorrow. As it's scheduled, PolitiShock will be starting at 7 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. That'll be 4 p.m. Pacific. So what I'm thinking about doing for tomorrow's show is maybe fractioning it out. I don't know. Maybe we'll shuffle some co-hosts between 7 and 9. Yeah, thank you, Marquez. Appreciate it, man. You know, something along those lines, possibly. I don't know. But I have it tentatively scheduled for 7 p.m. and I kind of want to keep it at that. My 9 p.m. is pretty much what I do when I'm on the road. So that seems to be the easier way of going about doing it. So tomorrow, again, we're going to invite everybody to come on, and we're going to talk probably for the first, I'd say at least the first hour. I would like to get it, or we could do it later too. We could do that later on. I don't know how the hell we're going to format it, but we'll figure it out. Last minute, as always, it'll be an absolute train wreck, but that's what makes us so lovingly adorable. It makes you want to come back and listen to more, right? Yes.
It makes us real.
We are that. We are very real. That's the damn truth. But we are going to make the full-fledged announcement. Couple things we're going to hold out on tomorrow, but we're going to get into it a little bit deeper tomorrow night. Appreciate that, Mark, and everybody. Thank you so much. And you know, we're going to get into it, so please join us for that. It'll be cool. And
well, make sure you invite me, and I'll come on if you're doing it in the early round.
Ah, okay. Good.
There you go.
Now I'm holding you to that. Now remember,
I don't make promises I don't keep.
I have the power supreme, so I will moderate when we have 75,000 co-hosts on. So no, I'm kidding, kind of. But remember, when you hear this, that's the polite way of saying, "Shut up, or I'm going to kill you."
Shut up. I remember that.
Right? It used to be meaner. We need Elias with his damn air horn sound. God, that's annoying. Onion Muffin, what's up? Thank you for the subscription. I love saying the names out loud. That's a great name, too. Onion Muffin.
That's a cool name. Yeah.
That's awesome. But yes. So
Ooh, Ace just gave you a nice little slam there. That was a good one.
It's not nice, Ace. That's not nice at all. I shouldn't be.
What are you gonna do? Fire her? Come on.
Hey, you never know. Okay. Fire you. I'll fire myself. I'll fire everybody. No. Yes. Onion rings. Burger King onion rings. The greatest creation from powder ever. You get sick as hell, but damn, they go down well. Yeah. They're great.
So yeah, they're one of those horrible, horrible foods that nobody should eat, but you can't help yourself. Yep.
Yes, like White Castle burgers. I'm just saying.
I've never had a White Castle burger yet. I've been to White Castle. I had a chicken sandwich. I know. Don't yell at me.
So you're that person that says, "No, I got White Castle from the supermarket, frozen, and it's not that good."
No. I actually went to one in Brooklyn, but I was like young and virginal in my excursions into White Castle, so I didn't know what I was doing. Okay.
Oh my God! All right, listen, Dan, in Florida.
Oh shoot. Oh, it's not just me. Good to know. Can anyone hear me? Oh, wait, you can still hear me? Ah, no, please don't tell me that it's me. You can't hear me, right? You should not be able to hear. Oh my God. Damn fucking Dan. God damn this man. He does this shit to me all the fucking time. He leaves me hanging on a show that I'm just like, he just goes. He just fucking goes. This man, I swear to God, he's going to get my, yeah, anyhow. I don't know what happened to him. He broke shit for sure. This son of a bitch leaves me hanging out to dry. I don't know how many fucking times. Yep, he definitely threw the pee bottle. All right, with that, then I will at least end the show since I don't know where the hell he went, and then I'm going to give him a piece of my mind after this. But thanks everyone for listening. I really appreciate it. Dan really appreciates it, even though he broke shit again. Ace, you're my witness here. And I love it. Love, peace, and pot. Till next time. So thanks, guys. Tune in tomorrow night for the big show starting at 7. That's about all I can tell you. I have no outro music or anything. I'm just on my phone. But I can tell you that we all appreciate you listening and hope you guys all have a great evening. Have a great night, guys. Talk to you later.
So, are we back?
Oh, wait. You came back? I just said goodbye to everybody.
What the hell was that?
I don't know what you're doing. I just like, I was like, does anyone hear me? And then some of the guests, we can still hear you. I'm like, oh, for God's sake. And I just said goodbye to everybody. So I don't know if I think most people probably left.
No, literally, it said connection lost. And there I'm hardwired in and have perfect connection. Nothing changed.
You got censored.
Craps, come on. It's one of our best shows, Craps. You don't have to do that. Listen, everybody.
As your voice comes on, I was just clicking leave. I think probably everybody left at this point because I said goodnight to everyone and reminded them of the show tomorrow night at 7.
Thanks, Ashley. Now, listen. What the hell? Listen. Mm-hmm. All I'm going to say is this. The day is going to come where we're going to have our own version of this. And I'm telling you, Haps, we will build our own. and stuff like this will not happen. And remember, when you do things like that out of nowhere that are a little suspicious, a little suspect, we were discussing White Castle, for Christ's sake. Come on.
Oh, I think we upset somebody. Whoa, I had this weird thing that says leave broadcast. Like my whole screen just grayed out. My whole screen has grayed out, and I see this big giant like red button that says leave broadcast or dismiss. That's new.
Yeah. Well, again, what? No, I'm not having sex, James. What the hell are you talking about, people? You chat room people went in a whole weird world there.
Oh.
No.
I didn't take them there, just so you know.
Oh. Wow.
Dear baby Lucifer, they broke everything. Yep. Love it.
Yeah, right? So, well,
right.
Anyway.
It's time to say goodnight, because I already said
our own
goodnight.
version of this. Well, I don't care.
Well, fuck
Apparently,
you too.
White Castle is the trigger.
Guess so.
Right? Jesus. My God. Well, to everybody who listened, Carrie's goodbye doesn't count unless it comes from me.
Fuck you, Dan.
Anyway, but to everybody who listened, thank you. And thank you to all our new friends, our new followers, our new sharers. I did not have sex at White Castle, James. I don't know what you're talking about there, brother, but you're a little bit off the the rails there, bro. And yes, White Castle, eat 30 burgers, lose 10 pounds. It's the best diet you could ever possibly do. So
Yeah.
to everybody new, thank you. To Craps, thank you for being predictable. I just didn't think White Castle would be your trigger. I really didn't.
Yeah, you never know.
I know. I guess somebody at Haps don't like White Castle. It's okay. Anyway, so everybody, seriously, thank you. Make sure to tune in again tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern time for the Iron Lung Pigskin Sports Show. And again, you could find our content streaming 24/7 at VOPUSARadio.com. VOPUSARadio.com. And I would say follow us on Twitter, but of course we are banned there for life. So on Twitter, it's at Dan Smeriglio. Good luck spelling it. I have a hard time spelling it, but you can follow me there. We do have a couple other VOP accounts on the Twitter. One is VOP USA Radio Official that I haven't gotten it censored yet. I've had it up now for over a month and it has not gotten censored yet. I'm shocked by that.
Wow.
So yeah, we'll see if we can make that a little bit more prominent coming up. But you can follow us on Facebook while we're still there. Voice of the People USA Radio fan page, group page. We are there. Thank you, Chris, for spelling my name. So you can find us there. You can find us on YouTube at our newest channel, which, we're trying to build up after getting, lifetime ban on our regular YouTube channel for no apparent reason whatsoever. So find us there. But again, the place to go, obviously, anywhere on demand, Spotify, Podcast One, iHeart, all those places. But again, VOPUSARadio.com is the catalyst. It is the hub. That's where you find all our content, exclusive content, everything you could possibly want. If you want more of us, you can listen to our shows on demand there. You can find old shows going back to 12, 13, 14 years ago, for Christ's sake, where everything is there. So please give it a listen and follow us. And check out all our shows. And for as long as we are on Haps, check us out here. But I promise you, pretty soon, we won't need Haps anymore. And we'll invite you all to be a part of where we're going next. So there. Carrie, say your final words and goodbyes once again.
Once again, thank you all for listening. I really appreciate that. And I hope you all have a great night. And, just be kind to each other and stop being assholes. There you go.
That was so loving and so zen-ish. That was very nice.
Try to be zen.
To everybody else, you kick ass. We appreciate it. We appreciate you. We appreciate the shares, the love, subscriptions, and everything else you do. Thank you so much. Again, we will be back tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern time for the flagship show, The Polita Shock. And, we'll be breaking some news there. So everybody, thank you much. You have a great night. Be safe out there, wherever you are, anywhere in the world. And we will talk to you again soon.
You've been listening to another show of Podcast Excellence on the Voice of the People USA Radio Network, where free speech thrives and political correctness dies. To contact us, hit the website at www.vopusaradio.com. On Twitter and Twitch at VOP USA Radio. On YouTube at Voice of the People USA Radio. On DLive, Periscope, Facebook, Voice of the People USA Radio fan and group page. And of course, find the show on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Podcast One, Google, Apple, Stitcher, Pandora, and basically anywhere else podcasts can be found. Remember, new live shows can be found every day and night of the week exclusively at www.vopusaradio.com. This is where censorship comes to die, and all voices and opinions are welcome here.